Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honest Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me. I do not use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne to God, it will not stop me. So I am going to do this quick little reading. We're going to go ahead and pull us an affirmation card to just help us get through this holiday season, this month of December. While this may be a joyous time for, you and your family, we need to recognize that holidays are not always good time for a lot of people. Like sometimes this is a very high anxiety time. So just be mindful of that. And if you are somebody who suffered from the holiday blues, then this message is for you. So God, what information or what affirmation card would you like for us to put in our mind's eye as we go through this time of the holiday season? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Give us one card that we can use. I'm not going to do this. One. These are some new cards that I just bought that I'm really excited to use. And the card that he asked us to focus on is I boldly move through. The card that we are focusing on is I boldly move through life because I understand the power I hold inside. Angel number 147. So God is asking you during this holiday season to know that you are powerful beyond all measures and that there is nothing for you to be ashamed of or for you to put your head or to, hang your head because you are a powerful spiritual being. And then the last card that we're going to focus on is I am fully protected and unmoved by negative energy that is aimed at me. And so angel number 1212, 212 or 1212. I feel like what God is saying is that during this holiday season, if you do find yourself in moments of like stress or panic or anxiety, just take that moment to come home to yourself. That's why we have these spiritual tools. That's why we have, breath work and mantras so that you can just be reminded that you have the power on the inside. And when you are strong and confident in yourself and what you bring to the table, then nobody can tell you anything about yourself. The last card that came up is I open myself up to the power of the sacred goddess energy that resides within me. And so again, God just letting you know that you're just a powerful being, and that you have the power to control any circumstance. And honestly, it's not even about the power to control any circumstance. What God is trying to get you to understand is that when you are grounded, centered, and align within yourself, then the way that you move in the world and how the world react against you will be different. Because instead of it'll be different. So like say instead of when you are self-conscious or you are, you're not sure about yourself, what the world is going to reflect back to you is all your insecurities and all of those doubts. But when you're confident in yourself and you love yourself and you know that you're powerful and that you're worthy of love on the inside, what the world is going to reflect back to you is all of those things. Like you will just find yourself having different conversations with family, or just even the way that your family interact with you will be different. And it's not because you're trying to change nobody or trying to make somebody more like you, but because you really took that power on your inside, because people see, it's because you took that power on the inside and you look at the world differently. And so the world looks differently at you. Okay. So this message is all about really going inside, becoming that change that we want to see so that the world can reflect differently to us. So God, I'm going to go ahead and get into our vortex. God, why is it so important for us to work on feeling good and balanced on the inside to change our outer worlds? What are you trying to get us to understand about going inwards to make the change and not trying to control anyone else? Why is this so important, especially during this holiday season? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Clarify this message of I move boldly through life because I understand the power I hold inside, and I am fully protected and unmoved by any negative energy that is aimed at me. Why is it so important for us to stay grounded and centered on the inside? allow no room for doubt or confusion. All right, final shuffle. One card, please. Oh, I got it. One card stay here. Excuse me. By my attention to things, I am making choices. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I would like some of that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at unwanted, your attention to it, excuse me. I'm going to slow down because I got really excited because look at this. Another relationship is I can get away from unwanted to a wanted relationship. And I'm definitely going to read this because I feel like what God is saying is that just because you've experienced, toxic family patterns, or maybe you haven't experienced love and you haven't experienced that familiar love and really been in safe environments, but you have that desire on the inside. What God is saying is that as you work on yourself, as you better yourself, you don't just improve your life. You don't just get more money. Everything in your life, including the way that your family interact. It may not even be your family. God could attract a family-like energy, friends that feel like family. But the thing is, I feel like what God is saying is don't deny what you want. Don't make it seem like, oh, I'm too sensitive or this, don't internalize that. You want what you want. If you want to feel family, you want to feel love, you want to be protected, that's a valid feeling. But what God is trying to get you to understand is that by you focusing on all the negative parts of your family and those things that you're experiencing, angel number 644, all you're going to do is get more of that. But when you choose to say, I don't care what my family unit been through, what I've experienced. I want to experience something differently. I want to experience love and harmony. And you walk that way. I mean, you feel that on the inside. You walk like that. You talk like that. You live your life like that. Then your life will start to do that. Your life will start to transform that way. I say this as somebody, as a child of a narcissist. Like, my relationship, what God has been showing me lately is that me moving away from my mama and distancing myself from my mom is not me distancing myself from my family. Like, it's actually been because, again, I'm changing myself. I'm seeing that I'm worthy of love. I'm starting to develop different relationship with my family. I'm starting to feel love in different ways. So I guess I'm just trying to get you to understand that you may not get the love that you want from that source, but that doesn't mean that you can't get the love that you're looking for. You hear what I'm saying? I just want you to just accept what you want, and it all starts on the inside. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I would like some of that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at unwanted, your attention to it causes and activate the vibration within you. And then the law of attraction brings more of that into your experience. And this is why it's saying I move boldly into my new things. And so what God is saying is that if you're experiencing something unwanted, right? And you're feeling all of this stuff in your body, right? Instead of dwelling on it and being like, oh my God, it's going to always be like this. I'm never going to feel this way. This is a really good time to be like, oh my God, God, this is why I want X, Y, and Z so bad, because I want to experience, traditions with my family. I want to experience, spending all day and, spending all day making dinner with, people I love and having people being in a house full of love and warmth and laughter. Like, this is the time when you're feeling frustrated or when you're feeling emotional to just transmute that pain and to have those what if scenarios of like what you really would want, because by you continuing to focus on the unwanted, you just keep highlighting it. And you just, you not only are you feeling worse, but it's going to attract more of that into your life. So that's why God is saying, when you see things, you just go inside and you say, well, this is why I want this and this. You got to change it and you got to move differently. And when you move differently, you will attract differently. The last message that I'm going to focus on is I can get from an unwanted to wanted relationship. As you walk away from one unpleasant situation, law of attraction will bring another one that feels very much like it. And usually quickly. You just cannot get from there to there. To get where you want to be, to get to the place of feeling better, to get where you want to be, to that place of feeling better, you have to reach for alignment between you and you. So what this is saying is that it says you can't just go from one good situation to another. What it's saying is that you can't, and for some reason I'm thinking about a relationship. You have a whole string of relationships and you just keep saying, oh, it's that guy, it's that guy, it's that guy. And you just keep, until it goes on and on. Well, God is saying you have to go within yourself. Once you work on your relationship with you and you, then you will begin different relationships. The same thing about family dynamics. I think so often, so many of us, and I think that's really what happened with the thing that happened with this organization that I was involved in, because I had I had my childhood was what it was, and I had my issues with family. When I got into this organization that felt like family and said we were a family, I fell for it and I got into it and I got involved. And guess what? It was just like my family dynamic. And I didn't even realize it until I came out to it on the other side. I got my feelings hurt and was like, damn, like I felt that same rejection and all that stuff from my childhood. But it's really because I took my family shit and I just projected it on there. And I was like, okay, well, they just gonna replace my mama and daddy. Instead of working again, you see what I'm saying? Instead of working on myself. So what I did, I said, okay, fuck my mom and daddy. They're not going to give me what I want. So I'm going to get what I want from my mom and dad from those people. And then when those people didn't give me what I want, I felt rejected again. And I can just keep going and be like, okay, then go to my ex-boyfriend family and then feel that rejection again. But it's because I'm going to all of these people to try to find that love instead of finding the love in myself, so that I can attract something totally different. This is what this message is all about. It's about not jumping from situation to situation, but to have a situation, to understand what's going on in that situation, and to realize, okay, I don't want this anymore, and to work on ourselves and become the best part of ourselves so that we can attract something differently, okay? Getting yourself feeling good before you take action is always the best process. This takes me back to a love reading that I just did. God is saying this is why it's so important for some of you ladies to take moments to be single. Because when you just work from relationship to relationship, all you're doing is just bringing that baggage and taking it to the next person and to the next person. And I keep telling y'all this is why you need to know that God don't give a goddamn thing about time, because he would just keep having you go through the same shit over and over and over and over and over again until you learn a goddamn lesson. And the lesson is always going to be you coming back home to yourself. The lesson is always going to be, how did I put myself here? You taking accountability. But the problem is, angel number 1247, is that so many of us, the world has told us that instead of taking accountability, we can blame somebody else. We can blame the government. We can, no, take accountability for your own motherfucking actions and feel better on your own. And this is why it's so important for us, especially people who've had toxic, patterns in family and, like just toxic childhoods, to take time to feel better and to become whole on our own. Because when you have a family, if you haven't resolved these issues, if you haven't learned those lessons from your childhood, all you're going to do is create that same situation from your kid. I want you guys to start understanding and really to start look at life as a big ass cycle, as a big ass lesson, that it's like every single thing is a lesson. And until you understand that lesson, you will just keep going into the same lesson and the same lesson. To be completely transparent, angel number 1342, the reason why it was taking me so long to come back on here is because I started talking to my ex again. And I was just like, no, I said I wasn't going to talk to this motherfucker no more. I've been telling everybody on the channel that I'm not going to do it. And I had to realize, like, I keep running away from him and I keep coming right back to the same spot over and over and over again. I'm like, you know what? I'm not running no more. I'm just going to face this shit head on. And if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. But it's not going to happen because I keep running from it and I keep trying to just block it out of my life. No, I'm going to face it head on. If the shit don't work, it don't work. But it's not going to be because I'm running from it. Because that's what God is trying to get you to understand. If you don't deal with the situation with the person that you're with, you're just going to get in another situation and deal with that same shit with a different facelift. Okay? So deal with the core of it. Feel better on your own. Become the person that you want to be on your own. And if that situation work or it don't work, at least you know that you're better, and then you can expect better later on in life. Okay? Angel number 1444. I'm going to move on because I feel like I'm losing some of you guys. Getting yourself feeling better before you take action is always the best process. For when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to take any action that will solve a problem. So right then and there, God is just trying to let you know that this holiday season is not about you taking this time and comparing yourself to others and being like, oh my God, she have a family, I don't have a family. She got a man, I ain't got a man. He got a family and I don't know. This is actually the time when you start feeling those angst and you start feeling like, that sad, shoulda, coulda, woulda, I wish, like really I just want you to just I always tell y'all need to have a journal, but I really just want you to start writing. Like just literally when this feels overwhelmed, I want you to write, and I want you to write about your fantasy life. I want you to write about your future family. I want you to write about the things that you're going to be experiencing. If you are walking in the mall and you feel sad because you see a mom and a daughter, trying on coats, I want you to go home. When you get home, write a letter to your future daughter and talk about how y'all went to the mall and how you showed her these coats and how you so happy that you get to bond with your daughter in this way. I want you to start realizing that just because you didn't experience it, it don't mean that it's off the table. Just the fact that you have that desire in your heart means that you're worthy of having it. And so I want you to focus on that part, that desire, that need, that longing, and then allow God to bring it to you. Okay? All right, y'all. I am going to wrap up this beautiful, beautiful reading with a Sufi. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it with a Sufi. Said Black Angel. Angel number 1640. All right, we're going to end it with Black Angel. Oh, we got right. Sorry, cut. Clarify this message of I move boldly through life because I understand my power. I am protected and unmoved by negative energies. I can go from a unwanted to wanted relationship. By my attention to things, I am making choices. My most important relationship is my relationship with Source. So that's why God is saying, just work on your relationship with me. Work on trusting me. Work on believing that you are worthy of having the life of your dreams. And He will deliver everything that we need. God, why is this so important? Why is this message? Why are these affirmations that you chose to give us for this time? What are you trying to get us to? Did y'all see that? What are you trying to get us to know? The Dancer, Angel number 1740. The two cards that came out is the Healer and the Dancer. The card I'm going to focus on is the Dancer. But I do want to know what the Healer means. Let's look at, what does this card of the Healer mean? Okay. So for the Healer, if you selected the Healer, you are far too absorbed in what you do in life. You are mission driven, and your way of pushing in life drains your energy. This draining and pushing is an escape from other parts of your life. What are you avoiding? What are the true intentions to your mission? Are you realistic about your capabilities? So just something to throw out there. And then for the Dancer, since we are here, that if you selected the Dancer cards, your vision is clear about who you are. Your problems mild when you turn away from what you see. Neglecting your capability to see within can lead to disconnection from yourself and everyone. Appreciation of your vision is key to experience your true nature. It's all right if you see what no one else's see. It's all right if no one else's see what you see. And so again, for me, it sounds like for some of you guys, like the outside pressures and your family and what people may think may be getting in your way, and you have to just dance with life and not worry about what other people think. Just be with yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself. But the card that we're going to focus on is the Dancer. You are bringing forth all that you have to offer. On the waking path, creativity flows through your blood and keeps your heart healthy. You capture the spirit of all things and beings through expressing your creativity outwardly. You are always aware of what you can do and the resources around you. You move with the invisible rhythm of imagination. Living in such imagination eases the sense of limitations inside you. You are a vessel of great talent. Your originality is amazing. Your ability to manifest your dreams and visions is critical to stimulating your life. The applauses are nonstop when you move through life without worrying what others are saying. You, dancer, hold your gifts knowing that to judge them will be to let go of them. You remind us of the talents we carry and how to use them for community and not just for ourselves. As a dancer, you consider the realm of creation as the action which brings life. Without creativity to stimulate your life, dancer, you find it difficult to exist. You encourage authenticity by helping us to attend to our talents rather than working at mimicking others in our community, family, or in the workplace. Creativity is both your magic and your mystery. Your creativity may not be understood by all, yet it is your life and nature to use your creativity to inspire. On the sleeping path, you often trip over your own feet. You tend to compare yourself to others in effort to measure your own talent or greatness. You sometimes turn your talent into a game of competition. Your emotions hinge on whether people like your work or not. This reliance on others for validation makes you hungry for recognition, not only for your creativity, but also for who you are. On the sleeping path, you can become passive. When this happens, your spirit loses its home. Your spirit loses its home in your disregard. To regard others' abilities more highly than your own is to turn away from yourself. In a larger context, it is also a way of accepting inferiority as a way of life. Thinking small of yourself is what you might have embraced as a child in a society that mistakenly perpetuated spirits. Thinking small of yourself is what you might have embraced as a child in a society that mistakenly perpetuated superiority of one over another. What you have to offer the world is worthy, no matter what others say, don't say, or feel. Passivity in life without movement. To regain movement, passivity is life without movement. To regain movement, you may have to take uncomfortable steps in bringing your creations into the world. The joy in creativity is giving birth to some expression of you. It is all worth the risk. Following your imagination into discovering something deeply special about yourself. Welcome home your soul by releasing all that holds you back, dancer. Dance. Angel number 2214. I'm going to leave a message there. I feel like what God is saying is that it's time for you to just get out your head, stop judging yourself, and just do, and just dance. I know for me, as I was reading that, I was identifying so much with like the awakened part. Then when the unawakened part came in, I also recognized that fear of people not getting me and people not understanding me. It was like people rejecting or not understanding my work was them rejecting parts of me. And I have to realize that, every part of my creativity is going to be what it needs to be, and that I can't focus on what it looks like for others, but I got to just focus on me and just dancing to the beat of my own drum, no matter where that leads me. And I think that's what we all need to do. And I feel like what God is bringing this message about is by letting us know that us focusing on the lack perspective, of us focusing on, well, what if people don't get it? Or what if this? Or what? Like, that just takes away from the beauty and the joy of what we can get just from enjoying our creations. Like, I love these videos. Like, I love creating these videos. I love channeling these videos. I love listening to these videos. And it may only be 60 of y'all that understand that, and that's okay. 60 is a lot of motherfucking people. If it was 60 people in my apartment, we couldn't all be in here. And I think a big part of me is that I have to change how I look at it. It's like, because it's not 100,000 people or it's not 100 people, it ain't shit. And it's like, no, like, this is a big fucking deal, especially because I'm not doing something that everybody else is doing. This is unique. And for you to connect with me, that's a big fucking deal. And I need to celebrate that. I need to dance in that. I need to embrace in that and know that if I can find you, I can find one or two others just like you. And to focus on that, focus on the connections, focus on building community, and not about the negative shit and taking away what I'm doing. Okay? I feel like this message is coming about is because God is showing us that our power is on the inside, and that we really take away from our power and we really kill off our dreams when we judge them before they even get a chance to dream and to dance and to live in the world. So I don't know what you may be going through, but I want you to know that you have the power inside of you and you are making choices. Okay. I want to end this message just by saying, all you have in this world is your energy, is the energy and the attention that you give to things. And you can spend your time giving your energy into doubting, going back and forth, not believing, or you can spend that same amount of energy into believing that this is what God created you to do, that the world needs you, and that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. The choice is up to you. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Talk to you. Talk to you later. See you soon. Bye.